What's up, everybody? This is Dale from Upstate Bets and DFS. I'm here with my partner Riaz, bringing you guys an 11-game slate for NBA on Wednesday. Wednesday is always a big day for NBA. There's always a bunch of games. So, yesterday, last slate, we had 3 games. There's a little bit less to talk about here. There's a bunch of guys. It's a little bit earlier. We're doing the video a little bit earlier because we got some things to do throughout the day. Riaz has to work. I wish we could just sit here and do like videos just all day, but unfortunately. Hopefully we can get to that point, man. But we got to work. We got some other things to do. So we hope you enjoy this one. We got a couple picks that were really on. There's a lot of still a lot of good games. Some key inactives too throughout this slate that are really kind of switch some lines. So we've been trying to get our picks in early too. So if you watch the video and you're on something, just get it in right away. And then especially yesterday. There was those Taco Tuesdays, and we had that awesome discount on Kevin Durant in the first half. Also, that awesome discount on Maxey. So, like, PrizePicks does stuff like that. So, be aware of those discounts, and you can really earn yourself some money. Stringing those together. That Maxey one hit like almost in like the first half, which was awesome. And Durant killed that first half points. Literally like almost in the first quarter, so that was awesome to see. He had a bad game for the rest of the game, but all we were looking for was first half for him. And then if you're new to Prize Picks, you can sign up using promo code Upstate. You get a deposit match up to $100, and it's basically you're taking over unders against the house instead of playing in a big pool of hundreds of thousands of people. Someone like Sabonis today, he's at 15.5 points. You can take the over the under on that. You can mix and match sports, so it's really fun. Nice change of pace from the typical fantasy sites. We've been loving it. It's been helping us out. Our channel's been growing at an awesome rate, so we can't thank you guys enough for that. And we're gonna dive into this, man. So like I said, a lot of games today. Not everything is updated, but things might update as the video goes on. But still like a bunch of players here to talk about. So Riyad's gonna start us in the points category, and who do you got?
Yeah, I mean, just like you talked on Sabonis, I really like that over. He's sitting at 15 and a half, which is just awesome. He's averaging almost 20 points a game. If you just look at his last like 12 games, he's really only gotten under that mark two out of that 10, um, which is just incredible. Shooting almost 60% from the field, and we've seen him struggle, kind of get cold and then hot from three. But as of late, he's been hot from three, which is what you love to see. And I really love targeting big men against this Detroit team. There's a lot of pieces moving in and out for Detroit. So I definitely am going to take advantage of Sabonis at 15 and a half.
Exactly what I said before too. Get your picks in early because this is one that's definitely has a really good shot of moving forward. Maybe getting to 16 flat, 16 and a half. At 15, I think it's a solid steal, man. He's averaging 3 more than this on the season. Obviously, Sabonis hasn't had like the greatest season fantasy wise. I mean, realistically, might be new coach. Miles Turner's had some games where he's just absolutely went nuts. I cannot believe they're still riding with that same front court all these years. How one of them hasn't gotten traded blows my mind because they just offset each other from time to time. So either way, 15 is just too low for as talented as a player Sabonis is. He's an all-star in this league. We know what he can do. We know his ceiling is like 30, like 35 points even too. Like we know he can do that, and he can even stretch the floor too. So he can get the three ball rolling. This is going to be quite easy for him to get to against the Detroit team. That doesn't scare me at all. There is a little bit of a blowout factor. I can admit that, but Indiana has their struggles as well. So hopefully this game stays close. I think regardless, Sabonis can get here in 3 quarters. So I like that too. We're going to lock that one in. We're going to move down the list a little bit. A guy I'm pretty much on him. Um, all the time really, just about in all the videos. I think this is still a solid line for Cole Anthony. He's at 17 and a half. I have to see what his fantasy score is at, but he's been going like crazy lately. Having a really career year. I mean, then again, it's only his second year in the league. But hopefully we could see him just develop into this player. He's averaging 26 and 5 on the season. I mean, that's really awesome to see. Again, this is 3 points over. I mean, he's averaging 3 points more than what they got him projected at. The New York Knicks. It's not much of a tough spot for a point guard here, in my opinion. I think it's just a matter of the pace that the Knicks play at makes it a lot less opportunities for Cole Anthony. But he shoots a ton of threes. I like him in his 3 point prop too. So this is a spot where he can get here. He can hit four threes in a night, and easily just based off usage, he can easily smash this. So I like him here. He's had some floor games. His floor is about 10, which is we saw that against Brooklyn, but even against good teams, Utah, Atlanta's a solid team. Maybe not defensively, but even against these solid teams, he plays well. He had a good game against the Knicks last time out too, man. He played the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. He had 29 and 16. So this doesn't scare me too much. I like Cole Anthony here.
Yeah, Cole Anthony's been playing lights out pretty much all season. To keep it in the same game, I'm back on Wendell Carter Jr. I love when I see his point prop at under 12 and a half. We're getting at 11 and a half here. After a monster game, I mean, he uh, he just absolutely smashed. Everything's just freezing on me, but he had 15 the last game with like a bunch of with a block and everything. Uh, he's really been right around here. There's only been a couple times this season where he really hasn't got over 11, 12 points. And it's just great to see that he shoots almost 50% from three, which is just incredible. And with this New York Knicks team, I know they got Julius Randle down low, but and Mitchell Robinson, but other than that, they play three guards, four guards at sometimes. So Wendell Carter Jr. is going to take advantage of his size for sure in this game and uh, jump out to the wing, make a couple threes, and then just have a bunch of layups and dunks and everything. I think he racks up almost 20 points in this
Very
game.
comfortable line for him too at 11 and a half. His floor so far this season has really only been 8. He has a lot of opportunity in this offense too, a lot to go around. And like you said, if he's stepping out, hitting the three pointers last game, 46% on the season, just incredible. Great season from him so far. Hopefully he can keep that up. And that line is a solid discount, man. We're gonna keep moving down the list. Um, Lou Dort jumps out to me in this Houston game. Two just like bad teams going at it tonight, and he's been killing it. Lou Dort has lately. Over the past 5 games, he's hit that 4 times. But over the course of the season, he's had a quietly just really sound season, averaging 15.8 on the year. As of late, he's been getting into the 20s, which is nice to see. So hopefully the shot starts to fall. But there's been a couple games this season where he's just consistently hitting 17, 14, 17. Like he's just going back at it. Can stretch the floor. A little bit of a stocky guy, bigger body. He gets to the line. He gets to the line quite a bit in some of these games. He's had times where he's gotten to the line shot 6 free throws, 10 free throws. But it's just a matter of getting the three ball rolling. He shot 8 the last game, 8, 7, 7. And he's shooting them at a decent percentage as of late. He started the season very bad from deep, so his percentages are down. His percentage is only 28, but that's what I'm saying. Lately, he's been getting things going, so hopefully he can keep this up. I think this is a line that you could start to see creep up as the year goes on. If he starts averaging 20 like this, you can start seeing this get to 17 and a half, 17, hanging out in there. So I think this is a solid discount for Dort.
Yeah, I mean we've seen Dort catch fire and just drill back to back to back threes, and he's just a streaky guy. And the great thing about Dort is he plays great defense, so he's gonna get the 25, 30 minute games all the time, and he's kind of the veterans on this team. He's one of the guys that's been on this team um, probably the longest, so he gets great run, and like you said, he's just been playing
Yeah,
unbelievable
no
as of
doubt.
late.
You got anybody else here or no?
You want?
I just
I
got
do
one more I
not.
wanted to scroll down. Like I said, there were some key inactives I wanted to talk about. One that definitely shifts the slate like crazy is Luca being out, and we're gonna head right to Porzingis here. We were on him last slate. He's been killing lately. He was doing good even with Luca in there. 32, 29, where he's looking like the Porzingis of old. I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself here. He's going against Phoenix. You know, could be a little tough, but I mean, Realistically, I don't see him having a problem if he's going to be the focal point of the offense. I like Brunson too with Porzingis. I mean with Luka being out, but I like Brunson more in the fantasy points because he can do a little bit more for you than just score the ball. But Porzingis, man, absolutely crushing, hitting his deep shots, man. 5 of 8 from three. Having just a quiet season. Obviously, um, he ain't much of a playmaker. He's only averaging an assist on the season, but 19 and 8 on the year, which is awesome to see. And like I said, Rios was on him last video. He's been shooting like 22, 20 shots a game. I love to see that. Maybe it even goes up this game. Maybe you could see him shoot upwards of 25 shots. If he's shooting that volume of shots this game, he's easily going to crush this. And the three ball just adds so much more to this. So 18.5 is solid for me.
Oh yeah, I mean, we know Porzingis is a 20, 22 point guy every single night. Now with Luka being out, that just helps him way more. He's going to be the vocal point of this offense. He's going to be the one they look to for big shots. When the shot clock's ticking down, they're going to swing it to him for him to pull a three. And since he's been shooting the ball a lot better as of late, I mean, we're seeing his line creep up. We still think this is a little too low, so I could see him having another 30, 29 point game again.
No doubt, man. We'll hop over to rebounds, and a little bit shallow for me here, but I'll let you start.
Yeah, I got a couple guys here. The first guy I'm going to talk about is a little bit lower, and I like Karl Anthony Towns. He's sitting at 10.5. Um, I was on him last time when they played Phoenix. He grabbed 13, and I really like playing Karl Anthony Towns in this rebound prop when he plays against centers that they were like big guys. Like I really didn't mind him against Aiton. I'm not sure if I think Aiton did actually play, but he's going against Holmes tonight. Love that matchup against him. Um, I think he's going to grab a ton of offensive boards. He Holmes isn't the best scorer in this league. So he's going to have a ton of misses, and I think Karl Anthony Towns just being down there guarding him is just going to clean up a bunch of boards. And we've seen as of late, Karl Anthony Towns has been grabbing a ton of rebounds, which is what we really need to see. He's averaging almost 10 on the season, but he had a couple outlier games where early in the season he grabbed 3 boards, 4 boards, but really he should be averaging almost 10 boards a game. I think this is an awesome line for him. I really like the over.
With Towns, you get the minutes, man. So you get a lot of minutes, a lot of opportunity. The matchup it doesn't scare me at all, really. And I think he's not the guy that deals with a lot of foul trouble. So he usually stays in the game, gets solid runs. So Towns is just one of those guys. It's like you're just taking like a Paul George on points. Like he just always stays in that spot. It basically around average, and you just go matchup proof. And I think matchup proof here is solid, man. I think this matchup benefits him, so I can see him definitely getting over 10.5 rebounds tonight. And for me, I like a guard here at the top for the Pacers. I like Malcolm Brogdon. He's at 5.5. Absolutely just killing the boards lately. He's a solid rebounding guard for what he is. He's definitely a triple double guy. We've seen him do it once this season already and came really close another time. Solid scorer. He was in trade talks before the season. I'm not sure why. It might just be fit, but definitely a very solid guard all the way around. Opportunities are going to be a very good this game, I think, going against Detroit. Like I said, it should be. I don't know what the total is. It shouldn't be the highest total on the game, but Detroit's like bottom half in the league, allowing just about everything. So that's why I like Sabonis and Brogdon in this. But I like Sabonis for the points, Brogdon for the rebounds. Um, he's grabbed 14 boards this season in a game, and that's a solid ceiling here, especially at 5.5. This line just seems very low to me.
Oh yeah, I mean, um, 5 is it's an awesome number because even if he does get the 5, it's fine. You get a push, you still make some money.
Are you at
But
5 on your screen or five and a
uh,
half?
no, I'm at
Yeah,
I'm
it's
at
at
5.
it got switched to 5.5. It's going up.
Oh,
Yeah, so if you got
still, still either still either way, I think he's gonna grab a ton of boards. I mean, if you just look at his last handful of games, he's gotten over this
yeah,
number.
so yeah, if you I would jump on this soon if you guys are watching this right now, and and it hasn't shifted for you yet, definitely hop on that because people are starting to put in on that. So rebounds, Riaz. Is there anybody else?
Yeah, I like DeAndre Ayton. He's sitting at 9.5. We see him deal with some injuries this year, um, but he just grabs a ton of boards. I love the matchup against Dallas. There's really no one on this team that can really match up with him, and really, other than two games, he's absolutely smashed this over prop. He's a double double guy. That's what he averages. Um, Even if he doesn't get it in the points, it seems to me that he always grabs 15, 13 boards. I think he has no problem here getting over nine and a
Exactly.
half.
Amazing rebounder, Aiton. Ceiling is like 20 rebounds. Awesome matchup tonight. I don't think anyone like Kleber or who's the Powell they got there. I believe one of those guys is still dealing with an injury, but I don't think anyone uh, really scares off Aiton tonight for me. I like Aiton over 9.5 tonight. Hop over to assists. There was one guy I wanted to talk about, and I didn't want to highlight him because it's just like iffy for me to go at Bradley Beal tonight, dealing with some personal reasons. Um, I hate this. I hate that he has to deal with that, especially as a Wizards fan, and just personally, man, it stinks to deal with stuff like that he's dealing with. I hope he gets better. So I'm not gonna go at him tonight. I'd rather just see him, uh, have fun with it, have a solid game tonight. I'm not really gonna be throwing tons of money at Beal. Rather just have him get back into good shape and hopefully they can pull out a win tonight. But his line is low. But like I said, I didn't want to highlight him. It feels weird to me just like throw money at him tonight, coming back from what he's dealing with. So I don't know if you got someone here, Riaz, you can go for it.
Yeah, I got two guys. First guy I'm going to talk about is right in that Wizards game, and that's LaMelo Ball. I was on him last time. He just fell short, but we've seen LaMelo Ball just rack up so many assists. He's just the ultimate playmaker in this league. He always finds a way to just find people when you really don't even know they're there. Uh, Averaging seven a game. I think he just gets another double double tonight, if not a triple double. I love targeting Washington. I think they give up a ton of points, and Gordon Hayward's been shooting really well as of late. Rozier's back, which helps him, and then Mikal Bridges has just been awesome so far this year too. So he's got a bunch of guys. He can sling the ball too, which is awesome. So I really like his six and a
Yeah, it
half.
definitely comes down to pace when you target these Washington games. Realistically, Melo Ball just flourishes in fast-paced games. So hopefully that game can, live up to the hype in terms of pace. And LaMelo Ball can his I think best trait is those like touchdown passes off a rebound and just slinging it 70, like literally 70 feet, just like a quarterback. That's like one of his best traits to someone that's leaking out for a fast break. So if you can get a couple of those, I don't know what his rebound prop is at, but he's a solid rebounder too. Like you said, triple double guy, 6.5 is light work for him. So why don't you head to the next guy that you're talking about?
Yeah, Lamelo Ball's rebound is actually six and a half. So I
Yeah,
like
no
both
doubt.
of those. The last guy I want to talk about is Cole Anthony. It seems to me that he is just crushing this assist prop every single night. Um, he's got so many weapons. Um, it's really unbelievable when you have Wendell Carter Jr. and Mo Bamba down low that are just playing so well this year. It just gives you so much more love you could feed down low. He's averaging 5 assists on the season, almost six. I think this line is just way too low. We've seen a couple games where he really hasn't gotten that many assists, so that brings the line much lower than it really should be. I personally think the line should be at 6 or 7, but we'll take the discount at 5, and I'm just gonna keep riding Cole Anthony on assists until it goes up.
Yeah, I mean, in these spots, he should be able to get this assist number. Like you said, it's nice having it just at 5. He's just a good playmaker, especially with someone like Franz Wagner too, the rookie. Someone who's like supposed to be a sniper from deep. Leaves a lot of opportunity to kick the ball out to some shooters. So I like Cole Anthony in this spot as well. I've been on him on a couple of different props all year. So we'll hop over to 3 pointers made. Speaking of Cole Anthony, man, he's the one I'm looking at here. He's at 2 flat. I know we're all over him, But he's been playing well, man, and everything's been at a discount for him lately. So let's just get it while it's here. That's how we roll with things over here, and we love overs. So we're just gonna take a bunch of overs. And like I said, I talked about it earlier. Shoots a bunch of threes. He's had games where he shot 11, 11, 10, 10. Like he's just shooting a bunch of threes, double digit. So I expect this to go to maybe 2.5 as the night goes on. So get this in while you can early. I definitely believe this one might creep up. Obviously had that game against Brooklyn. With just a zero, but he still shot 5 3-pointers in that game. But what can you say, man? He's a younger player. He's gonna have some down games. But I like this spot for sure. Going against the Knicks. So, yeah, over 2 here, man. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, like you touched on, Cole Anthony has just been shooting a bunch of threes, making a ton of threes. I'm going to talk about a guy we're both on. I'll talk a little bit about him, and then I'll have you talk more. But that's Trey Young. He's at 2.5 threes, which is just an awesome number. Um, it's kind of just based on the fact that the first, I mean, 12 games, 10 games, he shot the three ball just horribly. But as of late, I mean, his last 6, 7 games, he's made over over three in a lot of them. So I know we really like this line. It's it's kind of crazy when you get Trey Young. Um, Kind of shoots just as good as Steph Curry. Not this year. Steph Curry's going off, but Trey Young at 2.5 is just way too low.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season it was weird because like he just wasn't shooting as many as we thought like he was gonna be shooting. Like Trey Young came into the league as like the dude that was just like pulling up from like Curry range. Ridiculous. That's where his comparisons were coming from. But as the season started, man, just like not shooting as many 5 6, like about averaging like 5 from deep. But like once that game came against Utah, and then that game he just smashed against Milwaukee, 8 3-pointers that game. I think now the team's just like, listen, Trey, like this is where you excel. Like we need you to start firing from deep. Like this is how we're gonna win. This is how we're gonna win some games. And like obviously you see the Warriors, they're now 12-2, with just Curry just absolutely sniping. So I think you could start to see Trey take a little bit more 3-pointers, and he's hitting them, man. So 2.5, I think this is a solid line. He might just get over there at 3, but hey, that's a win, man. We'll take that. So as long as he's shooting them, he shoots them at a great percentage. So we like Trey there. Is that it for you with 3-pointers? Well, how about
Yeah,
a fantasy score? It's going
yeah,
to be quick. We're pretty much the same guys we're on all the way around. Cade had a good game last time out. If you want to go back there, I think that's a solid spot. 28 is a little low after that 50 burger on Sacramento. Some of the Washington guys, not really on them. They're up a little bit from when Beal was out, so they're kind of still up a little bit. So I'm not really on much of those guys. I like to um, hit them when there's injuries and whatnot. And then Bam, he's supposed to be missing time, as well as Butler and Bam are both questionable. I believe Hero might even be questionable too. Oh no, Hero's playing. We don't have a Hero line, but um, if Bam misses, Lowry looks solid too in this fantasy score prop. So monitor that stuff. We were all over Ingram last time. He's at 33. So I don't know, Riaz, you can go ahead. Some guys that you like here. There's a lot to talk about. There's a bunch of guys.
yeah. I got two guys that I really like. I'm going back to Brandon Ingram. And we see his line still way too low for me. Against Washington, he put up that 45, which is just incredible. I can see him doing that again if a bunch of guys do miss for Miami. He's just going to have an even better game, but it helps if they do play because it won't be a blowout, and Ingram will get the run that we're looking for. And then the last guy I want to talk about is Chris Middleton. He's sitting at 22, which is super low. I'm not sure if he's going to be on a minute restriction. I haven't heard anything as of late. We know he's coming back from COVID, so you never really know how much he is going to play, or if he's even going to be able to get the run. I mean, it really stinks when you got it, but if he does play the 30, 25 minutes, 22 fantasy score is just way too low. Uh, Chris Middleton is a 40-point fantasy score guy this year, and definitely going to take advantage of the
In a
low
big
line.
game too, man. I mean, this is a game against the Lakers. No slouch game. Obviously, Lakers haven't been perfect all season, but they're going to be turning up for this game, especially against the defending champs. You got the back-to-back champs going at it here, the bubble champs, and then Milwaukee, the reigning champs. So. Yeah, even though if Middleton's on a minutes restriction, I think he should play around 25, 28 if there is some sort of restriction, but I don't think there will be, man. I think he comes back, plays around 30 to 32. I could be completely wrong, but 22 is still low regardless. I think that's definitely going to start shifting, maybe to 25, 25 and a half. Like I said, with Bam being out, look at Lowry too, man. If Butler and Bam miss, Lowry's at a serious steal here, in my opinion. And I like what you said about Ingram, dude. Ingram's just still low for his usage too. So I think that'll wrap things up for us. Like I said, a bunch of guys, lots to talk about. As always, drop a comment down below if there's someone we haven't talked about. And I hope you guys have an awesome night playing Prize Picks. Be responsible. Hopefully these picks have been hitting. You guys have been hitting, so we love to see that. Let us know if you win. Even let us know if you if you had a crappy night. So hopefully we can rebound some things and we can get back to it tonight. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.